guys, sorry I got cut off in the last video. It's a max of 15 minutes. So anyways, we solved this, I graphed it. So I found the 1, I circled it, don't fill it in because there's not a line. And then I circled the 4, I do fill it in because there's a line. And remember, when x is in the middle, your line goes in the middle. So the and equations, the line always comes together. So connect the dots when your x is in the middle like that. Alright, so 21 is an OR. So we just treat these separately. So I first solve this inequality. S plus 4, so I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides. And I get S is less than negative 2.5. Okay, and then this one. So we have 3 plus S. To get S by itself, we subtract the positive 3. So S is greater than or equal to 4. And then we graph these on the same number line. So I'm going to go negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, made it a little longer. I should have counted by 2s. Oh well. So negative 2.5 is right in the middle of negative 2 and negative 3. Circle that. I don't fill it in. Less than goes to the left. Here's the 4. Circle that. I do fill it in. S is greater than that. Goes to the right. Remember, OR. The arrows will always point away from each other with ORs. And then be careful of whether you should fill it in or keep it open. Okay, 22 is another OR, so solve these separately. S minus 2, so we're going to add 2 to both sides of our inequality, so that those cancel. And 3 plus 2 is 5. Over here, 1 plus S, so get rid of this 1 by subtracting 1 on both sides. That'll be negative 4.5. Graph these on the same number line. Make sure I'm going to do negative 5, 0, 5. So negative 4.5 is going to be like right there. Alright. Greater than or equal to 5, so I circle the 5, fill it in. Greater than goes to the right. S is less than negative 4.5, I don't fill it in. And see, they go opposite ways, so I know I did it correctly. So at 23, we have a graph here shown, and we have to write our inequality. So since the arrows are pointing away, it's an OR situation. So you just write this inequality. So you can choose any letter you want. We'll just do X. So it's going to left, so it's less than. And that's filled in, so it can equal negative 5. Or we have X is greater than 3. It's open, so I don't put the line underneath. Greater than goes to the right. So that's how you write your inequality. Okay, then number 24 is an AND. We don't have the X in the middle, but AND is always going to come together. They just wrote them out separately here. So solve this one by adding 6 to both sides to get rid of the minus 6. X is less than 12. And solve for this one, subtract 4 on both sides. Negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5. Okay, graph these together. And is going to come together. So negative 5, I'll put 12 over here. I'll put like a 0 here and maybe a 6 here. There we go. So graph this one, X is less than 12. I circle it, leave it open, less than goes this way. I'm not going to move the line all the way over, just make a little line. And then X is greater than or equal to negative 5. Circle the negative 5, I fill it in, greater than goes this way. So, and you just connect the dots. It's everything in between those two. Okay, here's the last question for the basic algebra class. So, solve this one by adding 6 to both sides. 9 plus 6 is 15. Solve here, subtract 2 on both sides. Negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. Graph these together. Since it's AND, our arrows should come together, so we're connecting the dots. Make sure to put the negative 7 on this side, 15 over here. I'll just put a 0 in the middle. Alright, so right here, I circle the 15. I don't fill it in, less than goes this way. And then for this one, X is greater than goes this way. The negative 7, and it can equal negative 7, so I fill it in, and then go ahead and connect those dots. And ones, I forgot the word and ones, you always connect the dots. So remember, your answer, you have to have the inequality and the graph to get full credit. If you're my basic algebra class, you may stop the video now. That is your study guide for your test tomorrow. If you're my other algebra class, we're going to keep on going. Alright, Algebra 2 students, the last round I did was really your 22, so we're on 23 on your study guide. Thank you for your flexibility with the numbers not matching up and having extra problems in the other videos. So now we're going to cover all the ones we didn't cover on your test yet. So 23, we have absolute value. First thing you need to do is solve for the absolute value. get the absolute value all by itself. So you have to add 9, get rid of this minus 9. Add 9 to both sides. The absolute value of x minus 10 is less than 8. Okay, now we split it up. The first one we write the same inequality, x minus 10 is less than 8. Get rid of the absolute value signs. The second one, we do two things. We flip the sign and we make the 8 negative. Alright, now solve these. So I have x minus 10. I'm going to add 10 to both sides. So x is less than 18. Here I add 10 to both sides. X is greater than, that's going to be 2. And then graph these on the same number line. So going from 2 to 18, give me some number in the middle, and I'll choose 9. Alright, x is less than 18, and it's not filled in. Here x is greater than 2, it's not filled in. So connected in the middle, and remember less than signs is always and. They come together. So that's a way I can check that I did it right. Alright, here's 24. So again, solve for the absolute value. Subtract 3 on both sides. I get it all by itself. Absolute value of x plus 5 is then less than or equal to 4. Now I split this up into the two inequalities. First one's exactly the same. The second one, we flip the sign, make the 4 negative. Okay, then solve by subtracting 5 on both sides. Get negative 1 there. And here we're going to x is greater than or equal to negative 9. Graph these together. Remember, negative 9 is smaller. Negative 1, give me a number in the middle. X is less than or equal to negative 1, fill it in. Less than. Greater than negative 9 or equal, can fill it in. Connect it. Less than sign, it should be an and where they meet in the middle. So I know I did that right. Those should both be filled in. Okay, the last absolute value problem, then I'll go back and do the couple we missed before. It says solve for the absolute value sign, add 3 to both sides. X minus 6 is greater than 15. Now I'll split it up, now that that's all by itself. X minus 6 is greater than 15. And x minus 6, flip the sign, make the 15 negative. There we go. Solve by adding 6 on both sides. So x is greater than 21. Add 6 to both sides here. X is less than negative 9. Okay, graph those on the number line. Oh, that was really crooked, sorry. I wasn't looking. Okay, give me a number in between, I'll pick 10. X is greater than 21, so I don't fill it in. Greater than. Less than negative 9, don't fill it in. Less than. Notice, we had a greater than sign this time, so it should be in order. Greater sign means or, so they always point away from each other. They don't come together. Okay, skipping back to number 16. We got the distributive property here, so let's do that first. Negative 8 times z is negative 8z, and negative 8 times 6 is negative 48. So make that negative now as our subtraction, that's our operation. Now I see I have z's on both sides of the equation, so let's move them to the left. This is negative 8, so I got to add 8. I do that to both sides of our inequality. Negative 8 plus 8, those are going to cancel. I'm left with negative 48. These cancel, I'm left with 7. Oh, so our things canceled out, and we're like, wait, what do we do? Well, remember, just like with our equations, is this true? Is negative 48 less than or equal to 7? Yeah, it is less than it. So that means z is infinite solutions. So if it's true, it's infinite solutions. If it's not true, like if I got 5 is less than negative 2, which 5 is not less than negative 2, then it would be no solution. So just like our equations, it's the same thing. We just haven't really had one like that before. Okay, then you'll have one problem with decimals, but you can use a calculator, so it's not so bad. Alright, let's get all the x's like I'm on the left side. So I'm going to subtract 2.25x on both sides. So I'm left with negative 0.25. Then 1.75 minus 2.25 is going to be negative 0.5, so that negative becomes my subtraction. Here's my sign. These cancel, so I'm with negative 1.75. Sorry. Alright, so solving for x here. So let's get rid of this negative 0.25. Since it's negative, we're going to add 0.25. Those will cancel to 0. When you do it to the other side of our inequality, add 0.25. So, excuse me, we're left with negative 0.5x less than. When you add these together, you get negative 1.5. Okay, now we're going to divide by negative 0.5, divide by negative 0.5. I divide by negative, so stop! Flip that sign. These cancel. And negative 1.5 divided by 0.5 is going to be 3, because 0.5 goes in at 3 times. A negative divided by negative is a positive. And these are like the only two problems we didn't actually have to graph. Yay! So it doesn't say to graph, so it's just x is greater than 3. Alright, good luck everyone on your test. I hope that was helpful.